Eroll Spence fanatics is walking around mad at the world because people don't share their views or just share what they think about a fight. And it's just amazing. Due to the fact that people like Roy Jones and, James Toney and Mike Tyson, they all seem to favor Terrence Bud Crawford. These Eroll Spence fanatics want to take it personal, and there's actually no reason to, because at the end of the day, these guys are doing interviews. I see people going around saying that, the legends are hating on Eroll Spence. They're hating on Eroll Spence. To me, hating is when you go out of your way to say or do something to somebody, who basically ain't done nothing to you. And at the end of the day, I don't see none of these guys going out of their way to hate on Eroll Spence, simply because they're doing an interview and they're asked a question. And if they're asked a question and they give their opinion, that's exactly what it is. That's their opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. But that's just how they view the fight. And most of the time, most of these legends explain why they say what they say. Roy Jones Jr. has always been vocal about why he said what he said about Eroll Spence. Mike Tyson recently came out and said why he felt how he felt about Eroll Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Most of the time, these guys will tell you and they will break down their opinion and why they said it. But these Eroll Spence fanatics is just walking around mad at everybody. They're just taking this situation totally out of whack. It's way too personal for them, and I don't get why it's so personal. It's just a boxing match. What do you have invested in this besides entertainment? That's what I want to know. You acting like you and Eroll Spence, went to kindergarten together or some stuff like that. Like, it just doesn't make no sense at the end of the day. To be that hostile, to be that upset, to be that personal, to be that much caught in your feelings over a fight, and then now y'all all mad at the legends and these Hall of Famers, and that's something in itself. You're talking about guys in the Hall of Fame who had a career in boxing. You think that they might not know what they're talking about, or they don't have a good reason to say what they're saying, and they're hating on Eroll Spence, but their name and their picture is sitting up there in the Hall of Fame, but they have to hate on Eroll Spence? It's asinine at the end of the day. You guys are just so sensitive, and I've seen this before. That's why I'm a firm believer that most of these so-called Eroll Spence fans, y'all actually ex-Deontay Wilder fans. Or on intermission Deontay Wilder fans. Because it's the same energy. You guys created the same beef between two fighters. You even turned it into a color issue with two fighters that was the same color. That's what I'm saying. I've seen this before. And I know what it looks like, and I know what it sounds like. But at the end of the day, these are these guys' opinion. They're asked. Now, if Roy Jones got on his Twitter with nobody asking him, with nobody saying anything to him, and he just put out there, and once again, you still couldn't say anything, and he just put out there, I think Terrence Crawford will whoop on Eroll Spence. You could get close to saying that is hating, but even then, he's still just giving his opinion. The only difference is his opinion wasn't asked. He just decided to put it out there into the world. But he hasn't done that. Every time he has talked about the issue, he is asked. And everybody else who gave their opinion on it, they have been asked. So people get mad at James Toney. You get mad at Floyd. And that's the other thing that I'm hearing that they mad about. Is that Terrence Bud Crawford said that, Terrence Crawford. Floyd Mayweather said that Terrence Bud Crawford is going to be a future Hall of Famer. And I see people all in the comments say, whoa, why did he say Eroll was going to be a future Hall of Famer? That's messed up. He's hating. He's this, that. Everybody can't be hating. Is there anybody who sides with Bud that you guys will believe just gave their opinion? Out of all of them, is it not one of them? I mean, you got to think about that for a second. Out of all the people who gave their opinion, do you think it's not one of them who's just saying how they feel and that's not hating on Eroll Spence? Like, that's what we're all trying to figure out. Because this stuff, like, you guys are taking it to, it's personal with y'all. And like I said, besides entertainment, what else do you have invested in this? That's what I want to know. If Eroll Spence get out here and spark out or retire or do whatever, you know, it's on to the next one with you guys. You guys not really going to care after these guys are no longer fighting like that. So what's the whole personal thing about? I mean, these guys they're seriously offended and upset. And this is the thing. Why would you want to try to force somebody to be a fan of somebody that they're not? You guys want to force us to like Eroll Spence the way you like him. I like him. I just don't like him how you like him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a good fighter. I just don't think he's a better fighter than Terrence Bud Crawford. What's wrong with that? Boxing fans have difference in opinion. That's just how it goes. But these Eroll Spence fanatics, you're acting like a whole bunch of boxing Karens. To be quite frank and honest with you, a whole bunch of boxing Karens. You're overly concerned, super sensitive, you know, want to throw around insults and death threats and all this other stuff. And, you know, we could just keep it boxing, but it just seems to be like, it's like a gang war with y'all or something. This stuff is funny to me, but at the end of the day, you know, these legends, I think, have put in enough work in the boxing ring to at least to be able to give their opinion about the very sport that they dedicated their life to, don't you think? That's just my thoughts on it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Van, I'm out.